Hello everyone, thanks for joining us this afternoon for Zimmer Group's first live unboxing and demonstration of our new startZ all-in-one grip packages. I'm Costas Charlemis, a technical sales manager here at Zimmer Group US in Hickory, North Carolina. With me today is Patrick Dustin.
Hey guys. And
behind the camera is Russell Tyler. So we're really excited to share this new product with everyone. For those not familiar, the startZ box is a complete starter kit with everything you need to get up and running with the Zimmer gripper on your robot in less than 30 minutes. The package includes the gripper, the fingers, cables, interface, and software. We call these our plug and work kits. These first kits are designed to be used with Universal Robots lines of collaborative robots. We're starting off with two different kits available right now. So the first one is this box right here. It includes an HRC02 collaborative gripper with 80 millimeters of total stroke and adjustable gripping force from 15 newtons to 165 newtons. The gripper features a DGUV certified safety housing with no sharp corners or pinch points. The part number for this kit will be RSB-01-02-00001-A. The second kit includes a non-collaborative GEH6040 IL-31-B. Now this gripper is a servo-driven IO-link gripper with 80 millimeters of total stroke and a gripping force from 10 to 180 newtons. This gripper also has an ingress protection rating of IP54. The part number for that kit is RSB-01-22-00001-A. Now we'll put these links to the product pages for these products here in the descriptions below. So let's get started with the unboxing, shall we? Here's a look at the boxes. Obviously, you've had them in front of us already. You'll see on the top of the package it says innovation in one box. All around the box there's sketches of components included in the box, as well as a sketch of the robot. So all in all, a pretty good package from the outside. So let's crack this one open. This one is the one with the HRC gripper in it. So we've laid out everything in the box in the order that you should need it for the installation and setup. So once we take off the first the styrofoam cover, we're greeted with a brochure. Now the brochure, don't throw it away. It has a QR code inside as well as a URL link and a password so that you can download software and manuals that you'll require for your installation. So here is the HRC02 gripper right here. Let me get it out. Now, this gripper will bolt straight up to the UR robot. It has a 50 millimeter bolt circle. It also has a dowel pin and a 31.5 millimeter boss, so it's direct bolt on to any UR's tooling flange, and does not require any adapter plate at all. The tooling fingers that are already attached are meant for external gripping. You'll see rubber pads on the outside, on the inside, to facilitate grip. We also include two sets of jaws, another set of jaws for internal gripping. There's our ID grip jaws, and the pads are on the inside for gripping inside out. Additionally, in the package, underneath this little cover here, are Velcro straps for affixing the cable to the side of the robot, as well as a set of 3 Allen keys basically these are all the tools that you'll need for assembling the gripper to the robot, as well as a bag of bolts to attach the gripper to the robot as well. So now we're going to pause from this unboxing and switch over to the next box. Because everything in the bottom side of this box is the same as that one. So we're gonna complete the unboxing with the other box. Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. So, when we look at this box, again, we have the styrofoam cover and the brochure. Again, don't throw that brochure out. Let me take the first cover out, first layer, and what we see here is what we need. So, first thing that you'll notice is this is a little different. This is an adapter plate with a 50mm bolt circle, because this gripper is not a direct bolt-on, but we give you the plate to attach to the robot. I'm going to pass these over now to Patrick so that he can start assembling. You should be able to see him assembling the gripper as well as we continue to talk. The next thing that we have in here are, again, the Velcro cable ties. Now here we have the bag of hardware again. So we have 4 bolts that attach the plate to the robot, as well as 2 longer bolts that attach the gripper to the plate, as well as some dowel pins and centering sleeves for other tooling fingers if so required. And I'll also pass along the 3 Allen keys. Thank you. And then here is the GEH 6040 gripper. Now, mounted to the gripper are these versatile custom fingers. So I'll try and zoom into the fingers so you'll be able to see. Hopefully everybody can get a good view of those. These are prismatic jaws designed for either radial or axial gripping of parts. You'll see they've got prisms in both directions. They also actually have flats so that you can pick up on flat product as well. And they're also reversible so that you can do inside gripping as well as outside gripping. Pass it over to Patrick again. Now on to the next level. I won't take the styrofoam out of this one. I'll just give you guys a view of what's inside while I take some things out. The first thing that we come to is the IO-Link cable. Now this is a 5-meter IO-Link cable, and this is used to connect the gripper to the SCM module. Now the next cable that we come to is an RJ45 cable. This is to connect the SCM module to a laptop for initial setup of the gripper itself. And then we come to finally the SCM module. Now, here's a good shot of the SCM right here. Now, if you recall, both the HRC gripper and the GEH 6040 gripper that Patrick's assembling right now are IO-Link grippers. Now, you would normally require some sort of IO-Link integration to control them. This is no longer the case when using an SCM module. So what the SCM allows you to do is allow the robot controller, your PLC, your SPS, or any other machine controller to trigger an IO-Link gripper just by using digital I/O that's available on the controller. It takes in a combination of inputs and then converts them into an IO-Link signal to control the gripper, all in one neat package. As you can see, this SCM that's delivered with the startZ kit is already pre-wired for this application. So we already have an IO-Link connector attached to it so that you can connect the patch cable from the gripper. We have a power cable, and we have the IO-Link cables. They're already pre-wired into the SCM, and you see on the end, as I've been waving these around, you'll see these connectors. Now, these are the identical digital I/O identical connectors to what's on the UR control box. So what we'll be doing is taking those connectors out and plugging these right in. And the cables are well labeled. These are labeled power, digital 0 to 7, and so forth. And the connectors are keyed, so you can't really put them in the wrong spot. Now I'll pass this over to Patrick, and I'll let him continue on with the setup. I'll see you guys later.
Hello everyone. I just want to point out a couple things I've done so far. So already the gripper has come on with the fingers, and I have bolted the gripper to the adapter plate, which is then mounted to the actual robot flange. I have also plugged in the IO-Link cable, velcroed it to the arm of the robot, and now I'm going to take the other end and feed it up into the robot controller and finish installing the SCM. All right, so again, just feed up the iLink cable through the robot controller. And again, like Costas mentioned, these plugs are already connected, or already pre-wired and ready to go into the UR. And these are all keyed special, so you cannot put them in the wrong connector. So just remove the older plugs. And just put those down there for now. So first we got the power. And then we got our inputs. So we got the 0 to 4, or 0 to 3, sorry. And then 4 to 7. And then we got our outputs. So 0 through 3 and 4 through 7. All right. And now just connect the iLink cable, which is already connected to the SCM, already comes pre-assembled. So just plug this in. And then just for the initialization, I'm going to take the Ethernet cable and plug the RJ45 connector right into the SCM here. And then just for the ease of use and the to clean it up a little bit, we're just going to feed that right down through the robot controller also. And we're going to put the SCM. Oh, I also wanted to mention one more thing with the SCM. So there's a couple different ways you can mount it. It does already come with a piece of nice 3N double-sided sticky tape, which you can mount right to the side inside the controller, or you can mount the DIN rail and have the controller DIN rail mounted. All right. For now, though, we're just going to slide it in here underneath here, and then put the cables in here, and then close it up nicely here. And now we're going to move on to using our GuideZ software, or HMI, to initialize and set up the gripper. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Ethernet cable that is plugged into our SCM and just plug it into our laptop here. All right. And then I'm going to start up the HMI, the Zimmer Group HMI software, which is right here. And as I start this up, I do want to mention a couple things that we have done ahead of time. So we did install this software already on this laptop, and we have also changed the IP and subnet mask. Both the IP and the subnet mask are located on the SCM. So if you ever have any issues, you just have to take a look at the SCM, and you can you'll know the IP address in our subnet mask. And as we can see here, we know the gripper is loading in because of this. And look, our gripper popped up right away. Open that up. All right, so here we have our monitor scene. This is essentially where we can see what's going on with the gripper, see if there's an error of some sort down here, and just see where the gripper is. But for today, we're going to stick really with our GuideZ software. The GuideZ, again, is to just initialize the gripper and get the work pieces set up for it. So what we're going to first do is turn on the motor of the gripper, and then we're going to do a quick homing run. All right. So now we can see we have a green dot down here. That means we can go to the next step. Again, there's only 7 steps to set up a gripper here. So here we see we can do either outside gripping or internal gripping. For this demonstration purposes today, we're going to do an outside grip. So we'll click on that. Again, green light, good to go to the next step. Step number 3. This is where we actually take the workpiece and put it in the gripper. Costas is lucky enough to have the job today of holding the gripper, so we're going to just jog the gripper into place. And I'm just holding down this button here. And we can see the gripper is about 23.8 millimeters away from its home position. This is not the diameter of the workpiece, this is how far the jaws have moved. So again, green dot, we can go to the next step. Here we set the workpiece tolerance. So you can set it all the way up to 2.55 millimeters, But for today, we'll just set it roughly about 1 millimeter tolerance. Again, green dot, go to the next step. All right, the distance from the workpiece. So this is how far your jaws will move away from the workpiece. So you're essentially setting the home position of the gripper. So again, this is very application specific. Of course, you want, the closer it is, the faster the gripper is going to actuate overall. So today we'll just open it up to an arbitrary number. Well, let's just make it an even right around 11. So again, green dot, we can go to the next step. Here we set the gripping force. So you have a range between 1% all the way up to 130% of the published catalog grip force of the gripper. And for this one, you're roughly about 200 newtons of overall grip force. So today we're just going to set it right at about 100 here. Again, this is very application specific. So if you were picking up, let's say, an egg or something, you would do a lot less force than this. So next step. This is how fast the gripper jaws will move away from the workpiece. So we'll just set it at an arbitrary number of 77 here, 77%. All right. And then the final step here is we're going to save the workpiece. We'll save it as workpiece number 1. Save again. And then if you had another workpiece, you would go throughout the whole same process again. But we're just doing one workpiece today. So we can go back to monitor C. And if we either grip, we can see the teach position, which is the workpiece. We see it is gripped. And if we open it, we are now see we're at our base or home position. And if we grip again, for demonstration purposes, we see our work position or the gripper is overstroked and closed. So again, release. And the last step before we move on to our comfort app or our UR software is we just have to hit this plug HMI, which then transfers the control over to the SCM in the robot. So hit plug HMI, and then we can just unplug the Ethernet cable away, and we're just going to throw this off to the side for now. All right, so again, what we did right beforehand is we installed the UR caps on the software, and again, you can get that information from the little brochure that comes with the crate or with the startZ package. Again, you can look here. And again, so this is just underneath the installation, underneath UR caps, Zimmer. We can see the gripper can open and close. You have full manual control here. And here we can see the gripper is released. The gripper is fully open. If we have the part, we can see is gripped. And if we release again and grip fully closed, we see the gripper is now fully closed. And again, this is just for manual control of the gripper to see if the gripper is working. And now we'll go to really what I think is really the highlight of the UR caps or the comfort app is underneath the programming and then underneath the UR caps and underneath Zimmer. So if we click the Zimmer button here, we can see it added a line here at the bottom of the robot program. And here we have a bunch of different commands available to us. We have grip, release, motor on, motor off. So what this really does, these command prompts, it just makes programming the gripper for the robot very easy, very seamless to go. And also we see down here towards the bottom of this list, we have the outputs from the gripper. So we can see if it's closed, if it's open, if it's on the workpiece, if it's at the teach position. Or if there's an error for some reason with the gripper, we can see that it has an error. We may not be able to see that what error it is, but we can at least see that there is an error. So again, it makes it very simple, very easy. Again, you can get the full UR caps, the startZ software, the guideZ, sorry, all through that URL that that the startZ brochure comes with.
So basically that's it. Thanks to everyone for tuning in today for our first live unboxing of Zimmer Group's startZ all-in-one kits. As we mentioned before, we're really excited to bring these to the market. These kits for UR robots are available right now. So if you're interested in finding out more about them, you can click on the links in the description below. If you want to find out about how you can purchase these, you can contact us directly or contact your local Zimmer dealer or UR dealer. Now keep in mind that if you don't have a UR robot, you may have another collaborative robot or any other robot to be honest. We're working on new startZ kits for those as well. In the meantime, if you really want to get your hands on a startZ starter kit as soon as possible, keep in mind that you can use these kits, or 90% of them, 90% of what's in the kit, on your robot. Now you won't be able to use the Comfort app or the pre-wired plugs on the SCM, but you will be able to use the SCM with your robot, especially if your robot has an ISO 50mm bolt circle. So again, basically you just have to signal the SCM from your robot's digital I/O.
And we want to, sorry about that, and we want to thank Justin Crump over at Universal Robots and Universal Robots themselves for letting us use their robots and letting us use it for the week. But thank you, Justin.
Yep. And again, everybody, thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thanks, guys.